You can never have too many mushrooms.
Perhaps we ought to ask what they have in the back, if anything.
I don't think it'd hurt. They'll probably have even less tomorrow.
Madness. Utter madness. Next they'll start panic buying parchment.
This is ludicrous. My complaints will be heard.
Oh, well, it might just be there's not much left. The Absolute's making people panic.
Oh, absolute or not, I still need my full complement of herbs. How am I supposed to do any
Gods.
healing without them?
The shelves are practically pink.
Some people are so selfish.
Bloodstone must have some sort of merit.
I
Jewelweed,
shouldn't have to wait until I got
mother's leaf. Oh, God.
We all
Typical.
do.
Not everyone can just wave their hands and be healed. Why aren't they rationing anything?
Gold. It's all about profits, my love.
It certainly is at that.
Excuse me, can't stop. There's only so much shopping time left before the Absolute breaches the city.
Find what you're looking for?
No, I didn't.
Would you mind if I finished browsing before you muscle in, please? I was here first, actually.
No, no.
Tash hasn't gotten into it.
I really wish you hadn't pulled the cat that. It feels a little improper.
Impropriety's the least of our worries with that mad cult on our doorstep.
I just think we should be careful what we say around somewhere. No, this was here
I
last
saw
week.
somebody go to the Rogan's Tower.
Copies of this.
Looked a proper fright to take him out.
Surely you can't just go roughing up your customers, especially if you're the one at fault.
Apparently, Leroican can. In a little. More shopping to do.
Then where are we going?
Is this a signed copy?
Figaro.
Oh, by Volofam Gedan himself.
For your fun.
How delightful! I simply must have it.
We've moss, knuckle, incense, handfuls of assorted mushrooms. You can never have too many
There's not much
mushrooms.
left.
Perhaps we ought to ask what they have in the back, if anything.
I don't think it'd hurt. They'll probably have even less tomorrow.
Madness.
How am I supposed to do
Utter
any healing without
madness.
them?
Next they'll start panic buying parchment.
It's not as if you're persevered just yet.
Gobbling party cooking.
I shouldn't
What's
have
that
to
doing?
wait until I've got
It
nothing
must
left.
have some sort of merit if Sorcerer Sundry stocks it. Well, at least they seem to use the
Another elemental is made of fire.
everything
Mine.
of everything.
Many things, I suppose.
God, it's not a title for me. The shelves are practically picked
Find
with
what you're looking for. Chocolate?
Some people are so selfish.
I did not
bloodstone, jewelweed,
Not a dicky
mother's leaf.
It's really
Oh,
quite-
God. Not everyone can just wave their hands and be healed.
You might
Why
want
aren't
to-
they rationing anything?
I've heard he's not really
Gold. It's all
Is
about
your
profits,
Baldur
my
Mouth
love.
Gazette doing in here? Certainly is at that. Why is it down? What will we do in the meantime? Some people have no respect for literature. Into the bin where it belongs.
I get a job in a restaurant.
Would you now?
Because I could cook food right on my
Not one for customer
You make a
service.
fine point. I saw somebody go up to Leroican's Tower last 10 days. Looked a proper fright.
We really should have planted that herb garden in stacks somewhere. No,
Now we might be.
two copies of this.
He might have a bit of that catnip decoction left, as long as Lord Portash hasn't gotten into it.
I really wish you hadn't pulled the cat that. It feels a little...
Impropriety's the least of our worries with that mad cult on our doorstep.
I just think we should be careful. This a signed copy. Publicism. Oh, by Volofam Gedan himself. How delightful! I simply must have it.
I think it's there's one.
Oh, perhaps not.
And mine wrong. Where have Jeremy and his mother been? I'm sure you're
So what do we have?
We've moss, mugwort, incense, 6 handfuls of assorted mushrooms. You can never have too many mushrooms.
Perhaps we ought to ask what they have. Gobbling party cooking, if anything.
I don't think it would hurt.
It must
probably
have some
have even
sort
less
of merit
tomorrow.
if Social Sundry stocks it. I suppose. Well, at least they seem to use the next of stop, panic buy, pouch, everything of everything. Not a title for me, I think.
That's why we need
The shelves are practically picked bare.
Some people are so selfish.
Blood storage. Jewel weed. Oh, Mother's Leaf. What's an issue of Balder's Mouth Gazette doing in here? Not everyone can just wave their hands. Some people have no respect for literature. Into the bin where it belongs.
Gold. It's all about profits, my love.
It certainly is at that. What will we do in the meantime?
bile, phlegm, chocolate.
Let's see. We really should. I'm sure there's gold in these stacks somewhere.
Oh,
No,
well.
this was
It's
here
too late
last
for
week.
that now, isn't it, dear?
How few copies of this?
We might have a bit of that catnip decoction left. As long as Lord Portash hasn't gotten into it.
Literature department. Can I help you? Psst. These books are sensitive. They prefer an environment of quiet reverence. Bold. You might have heard that our library has a collection other shops would lack the skill to curate. Between us, even Master Leverocan was reluctant to house them in his tower. The pen is mightier than the magic wand, apparently. They're locked away here for their and our customers' safety. Our finest reserve includes the Tharkiot Codex, the Annals of Karsus and Netherese Folly, Sights of the Seelie, and the Curriculum of Strategy. Do any of those interest you?
belongs.
Gold, it's all about...
How can I help you?
Let's see. I'm sure there's gold in these stacks somewhere. No, this was here last week. I already have 2 copies of this.
What do you mean? Not one for customer service.
I saw somebody
Too late for that now, isn't it, dear? You might have a bit of that catnip decoction left, as long as Lord Portash hasn't gotten into it.
Is this a signed copy? Oh, by Volothamkedam himself. How delightful! I simply must have
The least
it.
of our worries with that mad cult on our doorstep.
very funny.
Oh, perhaps not.
And I'm wrong. Well, Jeremy, it might just be there's not much left. The absolute...
Weed moss, mugwort, incense, 6 handfuls of assorted mushrooms. You can never have too many
Gobbling
mushrooms.
party cooking. What's that doing in here? It must have some sort of
I don't
narrative.
think it'd hurt.
Sorcerer's son
They'll
stops
probably
it.
have even less tomorrow.
Well, at least they seem to use the... everything of...
shopping to do.
Not a title for me, I think.
Figaro's. To pick up some hair ointment for your frock. Find what you're looking for.
I did not find what I'm looking for.
That's why we need
Not a dicky bird. It's really quite disappointing.
Going to march up there.
What's the issue of
are
Boulder's
so
Mouth
selfish.
Gazette doing in here?
You might want to be careful.
Why is it damp? Some people have no respect. Into the bin where it belongs. Everyone can just wave their hand and be you. Why aren't they rushing in?
Because they're made of fire.
Gold, it's all about profits, my love.
many things, I suppose. Blood, bile.
Let's see. I'm sure there's gold in these stacks somewhere. No, this was here last week. I already have 2 copies of this.
I saw somebody come into the room. Right when they came out.
Can't just go
Oh, well, it's too late for that now, isn't it, dear? You might have a bit of that catnip decoction left, as long as Lord Portash hasn't gotten into it.
Is this a signed copy? Oh, by Volothamkedam himself. How delightful! I simply must have it.
The least of our worries with that mad cult.
Perhaps not.
Very efficient you'd be. Oh, wow. It might just be there's not much left.
Chicken
The absolute's making people panic.
vegetables. No pork either.
I still need my
It'd be your body. You'd make the
How am I
rules.
supposed to do any healing without them?
I'm sure you'll manage. It's not as
Gobbling party cooking. What's that doing in here? It must have some sort of narrative. Sorcerer's son stops it, I suppose.
Mugwort,
Well, at
incense,
least they seem to use the...
handfuls of assorted mushrooms. You can
everything.
Funny.
Not a title for me, I think.
I don't think it'd hurt.
very funny.
They'll probably have even less tomorrow.
Well, you're wrong.
If you're bored and I'm wrong, where have Jeremy and his men? Find what you're looking for.
I did not find what I'm looking for.
Oh! What's an issue of Boulder's Mouth Gazette doing in here? Why is it damp? Some people have no respect for literature. Into the bin where it belongs.